So, I got my Game Informer magazine yesterday, and they did their top 50 games of 2017. But it wasn't like a list of 1 to 50. It was more of just like, this is the best action game this year. This is the best adventure game this year. This is the best puzzle game this year. Like, it wasn't an actual like 1 to 50 list. It was okay. There were some questionables in there, like Destiny 2, which I have never seen this fight, and it's a back attack. I might just run. I mean, I guess I don't really need to run, but this is a weird fight. Oh, there's the there's the attack we don't want. So yeah, sometimes they can do that. It's really rare, but on occasion they will do that. And that's a reset. It does percentage damage. So yeah, they put Destiny 2 on the list, which, you know, I guess if you're a fan of Destiny 2 isn't the worst game, but it's pretty bad. I mean, it's just a crappy sequel. Like, it's still short. They didn't really fix any of the problems. I got paralyzed. They didn't really fix any of the problems with the first one. It's still short. It's not really good enough to be whatever, but they want to put on the list, fine. But what confuses me is that they gave the Destiny 2 DLC, I think it's the first one, the Curse of Osiris, like 7.25. So they gave the DLC like an awful rating, but then they're like, one of the best games of 2017. Well, pick one or the other. And then they had Breath of the Wild as Game of the Year, which is fine. I mean, I think it deserves it. Even if maybe it's not the best game ever, it certainly made such a wave, and it really propelled the Switch to being like super successful. So I would say I'm totally in agreement with that. What else? It's funny, they have a section where they have all the readers of the magazine send in their picks for the best of 2017, and then they have like a page where they show what they picked and show what the readers picked. And this year there was only like 3 that the magazine and the readers agreed on, and everything else the readers said something different. And I find that pretty funny. Like, it seems like the magazine even itself is like showing how biased they are. Because like some of the picks were like, come on, man, you know you just picked that because it was popular. What's up, Scruffy? Oh yeah, the letters are great, man. My favorite letter I read, it wasn't the letter, it's always their responses. Their responses are always so bad. And there was a letter about Cuphead being too difficult, and the response was like, yeah, we're so sad that Cuphead was so difficult and so many people couldn't even get past the first level, and we just think that maybe it would have been a better game had more people had access to it. And I don't know, I don't buy it. I don't think you'll ever get me on this game is too difficult train ever. I'll never. You can argue till you're blue in the face. I don't think I'll ever get on that train. The only time I think it's acceptable to say a game is too hard is when the curve is bad. But just because a game is hard doesn't make it bad. I don't care what. I don't care. I don't care how hard it is. I really don't. I have never played a game where I was like, this is too hard, ever. Only if the curve, you start off and it's easy and all of a sudden it's impossible. That's when it's frustrating. But I've never played a game where it's like, this is too difficult. If you can't get past the first level, then that's a great game. That means you get to play it for a really long time and practice it and get better, and then finally beat that first level, and then holy crap, you got a whole long, super long game ahead of you because all the levels take hours to beat. I don't see why that's a problem. I know some like casual players just want to be able to get through the game, but then don't play that game. Like, I don't know. It's like if you're a casual player who just wants to get through games and doesn't want any kind of difficulty whatsoever, then don't play Cuphead. Like, that's notorious for being hard. Don't play Super Meat Boy, who's notorious for being hard. I don't see how that makes it a bad game at all. That'd be like if I played NBA 2K5, 2K15, and I was like, I hate basketball. This is a bad game. Well, then don't play NBA 2K15. What? Why are you playing it if you hate basketball? Just like, why would you play Cuphead if you hate hard games? So I don't get it. I don't. You'll never get me on the side that bad games or hard games are bad. You know, I think that gives it more playability, and I think that if you like the game enough, you'll stick with it, and if you don't like the game, then that doesn't make it bad. It just means you don't like the game. So, and you know, that's coming from someone who loves a challenge and loves difficult games. So I might be a little biased, but I still think that doesn't make it a bad game. That doesn't mean you should give it a lower rating because it's hard. Especially when it's a game like Cuphead that's notoriously hard. I think if you play Rugrats for PS1 and it's super difficult, then you can be like, hey, this game is supposed to be for kids and it's super hard and you don't expect Rugrats to be hard, so what the heck's up with that? But when it's a game that's called Cuphead and like in the title it's like this game's going to kick your butt, and they, you know, when they released it and talked about it in public and advertised it, they were like, this game's super hard. You know, because, you know, no one's out there saying Dark Souls is bad because it's hard, because that's its whole shtick, is that it's hard. So everyone's like praises Dark Souls. Oh my God, Dark Souls is so hard. It's such a great experience. People praise NES games because they're NES hard, and like, oh, back then it was hard and you had to really work at it. But then a game like Cuphead comes out and everyone's like, it's too hard. Like, okay, so what, you're just gonna say every NES game ever is bad because they're hard? Like, no. That it's just the unique feel to the game, you know? Like I said, it's like hating a basketball game because you don't like basketball. It just doesn't make any sense to me. What level am I shooting for? I just want to go up a level, so we're about to go up a level. I'll probably be done after that. Did I get another deadly? No, I didn't. I'd kind of like to get one. I shouldn't have used that one. I didn't realize they were that rare. I mean, we can get into the argument of, like, why easy games are bad, too. I mean, I've played so many games that could have been good, but they're too easy. But that's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying I would not decrease the review on a game because it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, that's the part I don't get. Why is the game worse because it's hard? It's just silly to me. But yeah, in my opinion, easy games are very difficult for me to get into anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I get very frustrated playing a game that seems like it's going to be difficult, and then there's just one thing you can use, or, you know, like Final Fantasy 15, for example. That game was incredibly easy. I beat most of it super underleveled because items are just broken. And it's not like it takes some special glitch or some kind of unique strategy. It's just, no, you just throw a potion every time you die and you win. Like, that's it. So that's frustrating, because Final Fantasy is known for being at least semi-hard, or at least needing some kind of strategy to get through. So that was frustrating. I play some, like, puzzle games that have, you know, not enough difficulties to really let me ramp up. Like, as soon as I get good at the game, there's nothing left for me to do. And that can be frustrating. But that's my own personal opinion. Like, people that are casual gamers a lot of times don't care as much about difficulty. They just want a good story, or they want the graphics to be good, or the gameplay to be fun, like whatever. They don't really care as much about difficulty. As long as it's not too hard or too easy, as long as it's somewhere in the middle, they're content with that. And that's understandable. And that's Game Informer's market. Like, that's who they're writing to, is casual gamers. But I still don't see the reason to be like, well, Cuphead could have been good, but it's too hard. Like, that's just unfair. As I said, that's like saying NBA 2K15 could have been good, but it's about basketball, so it's not. Like, that's not fair. That's what they were going for. Too bad, I don't think I'm going to get another Deadly Waste. We'll try. We'll try like 2 more fights. Could use the AP anyway, so. Why aren't these basketball players taking turns? Trying to think of what else was in that Game Informer magazine this year, or this month. I don't remember many of the reviews. A lot of the reviews are for games that I don't care about. There weren't that many games that came out that were like super important or anything. I don't remember a lot of the best of games they put. I feel like I remember there being one more thing that was funny, but I can't remember what it was. What was the hardest Final Fantasy game for me? Maybe 8, honestly. Which, now it isn't. Because now I know there's so many things in that game that you can just, you can do triple triad and just destroy everything. If you know how the junction system works, then you can just destroy everything. But back when I was a kid, I didn't know any of that. And just running through the game, not really understanding the junction system that well, and not playing the card game as much, it kind of kicked my butt. Plus, with the auto-scaling enemies, I'd get gooned on the world map all the time and not understand why. So that was kind of frustrating. But it's definitely not the hardest Final Fantasy game. Like, it's pretty easy if you know what you're doing. What else? I don't know. In my personal opinion, a lot of the Final Fantasy games are easy. The old ones are either like bugged and you can win really easily, like Final Fantasy II. In Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, you can like one-shot the final boss with Cure because reasons. I feel like I missed out on the hardest ones though. Like 3 and 4 and 5. Those are probably harder because they're older. The first one I played was 7, and as a kid it was hard, but now it's easy. And I'm not just saying that because I know everything, but even if I were to play this casually without using any of the tricks that I know, it's still pretty easy to beat this game, just running through it, hitting attack. It's just not a very hard game. I've always thought Final Fantasy VII was one of the easiest Final Fantasies. 9 is challenging, I think. I think 9 is up there. Mostly because Trance sucks. And you're so interested in the story that you want to fly through without grinding. Oh, maybe not. There's actually kind of a lull in Final Fantasy IX's story in the middle. Once you get to the end, it's like, I gotta know what happens. But I don't want to sit here and level up. I just want to know what happens. Come on. Let's go. 12 is the easiest? I don't know about that. I thought 12 was... Well, okay. Depends on what version. Because the original Final Fantasy XII, quickenings literally one-shot every boss in the game. You can just go through the whole game quickening everything and you just win. It's really stupid. I don't know why quickenings are a thing. I feel like the remade version is a little better. But still, quickenings seem to do a ton of damage. And they're so easy to do. And the post-game of 12 is super hard, but just talking about the story, I don't remember the final boss being that difficult. 13 wasn't any kind of special challenge. And 15 was a joke, so... Yeah, just a lot. Most of the Final Fantasy games are pretty easy. You know, just like in relation to other games, I feel like they're easy. What's up, Sega Chief? Oh, you haven't seen this challenge yet? You're in for it. You're in for it now. Yeah, we're doing Necrosis Cloud Solo. It's been interesting so far, but Midgar is going incredibly well, so I have high hopes. Unfortunately, this is the last place we can really grind until for a long time, so. I have my doubts, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. They played Final Fantasy VII bombing mission during a commercial, and Square didn't sue them. I'm surprised. What's up, Ryan Swims? Type !! challenge into the chat to learn about this challenge. And about the mod. It's a mod and a challenge, so. This will probably be our last fight. I was hoping to get another Deadly Waste just in case I wanted it for something, but I don't think I'm going to get one. They're kind of rare. I want to say they're 12.5% chance. But I've killed a lot of these and only gotten one, so. I'm killing 2 per fight. And I ain't getting jack. What's up, Irish? Also, I forgot, did I thank you for the host to Sniper? Thanks, my man. The post-game of 10 is very difficult. Penance is one of the hardest bosses I've ever fought. If you have the right strategy, it's not that bad, but a casual player beating Penance is a stretch. I mean, it takes an extremely long time and an understanding of his AI to beat him. So I didn't get a Deadly Waste, did I? No. Alright. Rip Deadly Waste. Alright. Should be fine. We don't need no potions. Open the door cloud. I can never get through that frickin' door. Hate it. I hate that door. Hey, I got a preemptive attack. That's nice. Alright. So this part is going to be pretty easy. Pretty straightforward. The elevator fight is a free win. Rufus is no big deal. It sucks not having Braver against Rufus. It really, really helps. But with grenades, he's a joke. By the way, I never knew this. You can go out here. I think we found this out during the Necrosis mod the first time. I never knew you could just go out here, like, without triggering that cutscene. Nothing happens, but I never knew that. I thought you walked up these stairs and it automatically did this cutscene. You actually have to walk over to it. Anyways, Rufus is like free because they just throw grenades until he dies. Like there's nothing else to do. I could slow him, but I don't think it's really worth So, especially because he likes to waste turns, and the dog just wastes turns. The longer you're in this fight, the worse off you are. So, like, throwing a spiderweb or a speed drink really isn't worth. I think I might throw a speed drink. I think that'll be worth. But I'm not throwing a spiderweb. The dog always uses barrier and then M barrier, so if you can kill Rufus before he's done doing that, then he's useless. And Rufus has so little HP and grenades go through barrier, so it just ends up being the best way to do it. And then we got some strats for Motorball, so. Shouldn't be too bad. The other fight that I think is ridiculous in Final Fantasy X is the Dark Sisters fight. Because if you don't know you can split them up, that fight is incredibly difficult. Yeah, 13 becomes really easy when you know that you can abuse the turtle paradigm to just take no damage from anything. So the way this works, for those of you that aren't aware, oh, I need to black chocobo them. I forgot. You can't enter a battle with no one alive. The game just auto game overs you even if you give them health. So I need to black chocobo them alive. Just one of them. So the way this works is we remove all of the materia from let me back up these saves just because I don't want to have to do all of that again. Oh. We're going to auto kill the boss, and we're going to make sure that no one has materia, so they we don't get any AP from the fight. We will get whatever item we get from the fight, but that's it. Everything else is off limits, so we're not going to get any AP. The XP doesn't matter because they're dead anyways. So that's how we'll do all the fights without Cloud. There's only a few. The elevator and then the trains, the train fights. I think that's it. There's the part with Barrett and Kate Sith. No, it doesn't auto-revive them. Like if you go into a battle with everyone dead, it just game overs. This game doesn't often revive people either. I want to say only disc transitions will revive people. And then obviously all the ins and all the sleep parts will, but not in this mod. There's a fight at Fort Condor. Yes, I'm aware. Oh, wait. What do you mean there's the fight at Fort Condor? Oh. Yeah, if you choose to do that fight, but we won't because that's optional. Anything optional without Cloud we're not doing. Because that's not fair. We're only only if we're forced to not have Cloud will we fight something for the challenge. So like getting that Imperial Guard is off limits because that doesn't include Cloud. Or wait, no, you have Cloud there, right? No, you don't. That's the last thing you do before you get Cloud. I had to think about it. I don't know why. I pictured in my head Cloud talking to the old man, but you don't. That never happens. I don't know why I thought that. All right. Anyways, so Eris has 1 HP. We're gonna remove all materia, which there shouldn't be any. Wait. Crap. I blew it. I thought my tool opened, but it didn't. I apologize. I thought it opened. I was pretty sure I clicked it. I apologize. We have to read this again. Just making sure she still had 1 HP. Also, fun fact, even though Tifa and Barrett will be dead when we enter the motorcycle game, for some reason the game's coded to like do percentage damage to them when they get hit in the car. So for some reason they get 1 HP. I don't know why. Because like even if you were to do a perfect motorcycle game where they don't get hit at all, they still get out of it with 1 HP. But then Motorball comes and kills them instantly, so that works. But yeah, for some reason it revives them and gives them 1 HP. You would think it'd give them full HP, but it doesn't. It gives them 1 HP. I don't know why. What's up, Sean? How's it going, my man? Yeah, that like confuses me. You would think, because like when you do the motorcycle game, they all have full HP bars, and then every time they get hit, every time the car gets hit, their HP goes down. But if they're dead when you get there, they have a full HP bar, but that entire HP bar represents 1 HP, and if they get hit, nothing happens. It's weird. By the way, I've always loved this like split up part. I don't know why. It's just cool that like you're wondering what's going on with Cloud up there while the party's split up. I always like when RPGs do this when they're telling like 2 parts of the story at once. Sometimes it can be annoying if like you get a party with a bunch of low-level characters that you haven't used all game. But other than that, it's cool. This one only lasts a minute, so it's not that epic. But some other RPGs do this like extreme. Was a huge part where you're like playing 2 different parties. Yeah, we should get. I was trying to think if I forgot anything, but I don't think so. Hard fight. Ah! He attacked. Why did he attack? Nah, she dodged it. Get roasted. MVP Eris. Oh, I didn't mean to start. I meant to hit my menu button. I think we're okay though. We're already on slowest battle speed. I don't think I was going to change any material. Let's hope we don't get bolted because I don't have elemental bolt on. That's the only thing that could goon me here. Nice dodge. The only thing that could goon me here is we don't kill him in time and I get bolted. As long as that doesn't happen, we're alright. Because I would have put on elemental bolt, but I friggin' screwed up. Are we not back row? Because I took a lot of damage. Oh, I got bolted freaking immediately. Alright, let's restart. Yeah, I screwed myself there. I accidentally pressed start. Whoops. And yes, Cloud was in the front row. I was like, he should not take 30 damage from shotgun being level freaking 15. There's no way. Shotgun doesn't matter if you're in the back row. Oh, I guess you're right. Man, why do you take 30 damage then? That seems like so much. Did he crit me? Okay. Well, Sega Chief said it doesn't matter. I think it doesn't matter. I think I take more. I think I take less damage if I'm in the back row, because I don't remember him taking. I don't remember him dealing 34 damage. I remember even Necrosis mod when Cloud was level like 12, it dealt like 15. So we'll see. What's up, Chop Don? Let's go, my man. Alright, hopefully last time we see this. This is pretty dope. We got like 20 minutes left of Final Fantasy VII, so we'll probably make it out of Midgar today. And we'll get the final count of what our HP is out of Midgar. These fights are pretty basic, so there won't be much resetting here. The only reason I had to reset is because I hit the wrong button. But like, there's nothing else to do against Rufus except throw grenades, so it's not. There's not much luck involved. He does pretty much the same thing always, and Motor Ball's the same. He's has a cycle, so like, there's not much I could reset for. It's going to be the same regardless. There's always crits and stuff, but in general, it shouldn't be much to reset for. I think I'll give Eris health here just in case she gets hit, because last time she almost got killed. I think as long as I do it on the first frame, it should be okay. I would think. Like, as long as I do it right there, I don't think he'll get an attack. Unless he has like an auto attack when he spawns. Alright, he must have an auto attack when he spawns. Nice, she dodged again. MVP. Okay, don't press start this time. Okay, should be a talisman, even though it doesn't really matter. And then elemental lightning. And then that should be it. And then just kind of what happens here. There's not much else I can do about it. I could throw a spider web, but I'm choosing to... Well, hold on, let me think for a second. I have 4 left, right? Did I include Rufus in my count? I don't think I did. I think I did Motorball. I did Motorball, Genova. What were the other 2? Project, which I threw 1, so now I should have 3 left. Did I include Rufus? No, the Turks were the 4th one, so yeah, I didn't include Rufus, so yeah, we don't want you to throw him. It would be nice to get first turn. Nice. I remember for one of the challenges I did, I had to get first turn with Cloud, and it was like a nightmare on this fight. You have to hope that Cloud gets more ATB bar than Rufus or the dog. That's weird. I don't know why he physical attacked. He almost always barriers, or like M barriers. But at least he didn't lightning, so. Now he's gonna lightning. Just to goon me. Nope, he did barrier. Pretty good. That was a good Rufus fight. I will take no bolt all day, every day. Also, protect vest is pretty dope. Yes, elemental fire is a must for Motorball, and it really helps. But what you'll really see is the power of Speed Drink Spiderweb is going to be insane in this fight. Now this is going to be the most important motorcycle game of my life because it's so important for Cloud not to get hit. Unfortunately, he automatically gets hit by Motorball once during this, which is so stupid. It makes me so mad every time. There's no way to dodge the one hit that Motorball does on you when he first spawns in. The game like auto drives you into him. But other than that one automatic hit, the goal is to not get hit a single time. We can either let him smack up the car, or we can do the red motorcycle strat. I'll probably just let him smack up the car. The issue with that is that the blue motorcycles can sometimes, like, goon you, but... Sometimes they just randomly drive away from the car and smack into you. We need to get rid of Eris because she has health. Okay, she doesn't. It's not the party. Okay. So go back to Elemental Fire. And wait. And then most importantly, put Cloud in the front row. So hopefully we don't get any blue motorcycles. We got one. Stay away from me. Stay away. Cloud is best motorcycle hero. Later, guys. I'm out. Cloud's just like, see you later. Pedal to metal. I want to see this in the remake. See, this is what I'm talking about with the blue motorcycles. Sometimes they just like try to drive up to you. I want to see this in the remake where like they bust out and land on the highway and then Cloud's just gone. The party's in the car like, what happened to Cloud? Cloud's just out of there. Get away from me. No, no, get this soon. No. 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 Don't even think about it. Don't you think of, no. Get away. Don't come over here. Alright, we're good. Now this is an auto hit. Even if you're way up here, it automatically puts you behind him and then smacks into him on the way around. I don't know why they did that. It's so annoying. It's the most obnoxious thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I got through the whole motorcycle game without getting hit. No, you didn't. We're square, screw you. So yeah, for some reason they get 1 health, but they die here. Unless they, like, magically dodge. Alright, now to see the power. The power of Spiderweb. Speed drink. I could go with some dodges here, but what's more important is that he doesn't crit. He can be really stupid and like double crit arm attack and just do tons of damage. I do so much damage with this bolt because I'm level 15. I don't think I've ever been level 15 like here during some kind of like challenge where I'm running through the game. Usually level like 12 when you dodge everything. Just feels like I'm so much stronger than I was during the regular Necrosis mod run. Thank you for the 365 bits, Miles. Thanks, my man. So it looks like we might get 1 rolling fire and then he's going to be dead. So this is a really good fight. Rolling fire won't do a ton anyways. Maybe I won't get rolling fire. 2 more hits. Just barely too slow. Oh, it's just Twin Burner though. That's not bad. I forgot, it's Twin Burner then Rolling Fire, I think. I might use the Yoshiyuki later, but I don't think I'll be using many physical attacks throughout the entire game. But it will be there if we need it. I will be getting it, since it's free. Just, guy gives it to you. Oh yeah, that's right. If his HP is low enough, he kind of like skips it. Because he has like an AI where he uses it once, and then once his HP is low enough, he like changes his cycle so that he can get another one off faster, I think is how it works. But if you skip the whole first one, then it like is actually longer until he uses Rolling Fire because he like resets his cycle. I think that's how it works. It could also just be like it doesn't understand what to do because it thought it already used Rolling Fire, but I think that's how it works. I literally always do this glitch now because it's just like faster and there's no reason to make a party there. That's like the one speedrun strat that I do casually now because it's just like that conversation means nothing. Oops. Alright, we'll probably just end here because that's a good place to save. We are out of Midgar with 7,973. We almost got out of Midgar with 8,000 health. See you, Psychic Chief. Have a good one, my man. We're out of Midgar with almost 8,000 health and 747 MP. A lot of that MP was gone because of the spider web grinding, but that should be okay. I'm not too worried about MP at the moment. The whole middle game is not going to use much MP. It's really just the end game that I'm more worried about. But yeah, there it is. Midgar, out of Midgar. We have a ton of health still. We're level 15, which is really nice. Midgar officially went really, really well. I think if we get through this run and we end up getting to a point where we lose and can't win, I might start here because I don't know how much better Midgar can really go. There's definitely some parts where I got a little unlucky, and I also could do the spider webs better. Seemed to get really unlucky with the spider webs. But we went with the best luck we could. But yeah, I don't know how much better Midgar can go. That went superbly well, and we got everything we wanted. So that's going to be it for the Cloud Soul Amount today. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you, YouTube, for all the support. We got to say bye to YouTube now. So see you later, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. And make sure to comment fake and gay. You know how it is. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the support. And I love you. I'll see you next time for some mid-game action. It should be really fun and exciting. So I'll see you then. Everyone wave bye to YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Don't tell YouTube they suck. Now they're going to comment bad things.